Yeah. I can do that. I don't mind. Right now, do it. I'm very subtle. I'm actually really great. That's really not true. Not really partial. That's not true. You're actually only abusing my recklessness. No, I'm already there. Don't worry. They're always abusing this type of opportunistic movement. If I would be given question right now, then I don't make mistake. I can guarantee I can put my life on it. Yeah, right now. I'm actually very serious. Right now, to try me. 지금 줘봐. 안 틀리면 되죠. 그럼 이래도 안 줘요. 한 10시간 프로 되게 negligent 했을 때 딱 줘. 그럼 내 틀리지. 위에 거 눌러요. 거의 예외가 없어요. Most of the times I had no exception. I click what was spotted on top after many hours. That reflects just the very nature of my error. That was more to do with my negligence, less to do with my knowledge, understanding, in depth. I just clicked what was spotted for the first time on top without even actually going to the bottom. That means I didn't even actually dare to see these. I didn't even bother to see what was there. That's not really the true reflection of my knowledge. I didn't actually spend that many seconds. I actually spent like, 0.1 second click like this. That's it. They were really actually, using this type of opportunity to simply build up on a case against me. That's it. That's nothing but an opportunistic move after many hours. I'm actually really this much fast. That's really crazy. Oh, I'm not. 지금 물어봐. 그러면 절대 안 틀리지. Yeah, after many hours, anybody can actually be less. Not me. That's not really exceptional case because I'm not a native speaker. That's not really the reason I would have been less performing. No, that's not true. Anybody can actually face the similar fate. I'm 100% certain. I'm actually performing better than majority of Americans. No doubt about it. I can actually hang out my neck. I can put out my neck for that. You will? No, I'm actually right now. I didn't actually read it. Don't abuse the situation. Don't try to actually, put me at a disadvantage simply because I spend more hours. So I become actually less attentive or alert on tiny differences by even actually withholding my desire to settle down for the less. That's not the true honest justice of my knowledge or my English. That's a miscarriage of justice. That's a perversion of justice because you actually simply made money out of my handicap. I spent 10 hours. That was really the reason I had a little sore. Chair sores. I suffer from that. I couldn't no longer sit properly. I have a little difficulty to even actually maintain the posture. So I actually clicked what was on top. That's not my scene. Because every American would do the similar thing. Because they're human beings. Before they become American, they would do the same thing because they're humans. I have no doubt about it. No, that's really not true. I'm not going to get it. I got it. It seems to vanish. No, it doesn't appear to be that way. No. Not it seems to vanish. No. It doesn't appear to be that way. To me, no, it doesn't seem like. It doesn't look like that. Not even actually bearing a tiniest resemblance. Not even faintest affinity for that. Don't you get that? Sometimes after 5 or 6 hours placing myself on the chair and having myself at the desk, that's a very tough, because I had a little painful moment. That would distract me. And I just actually couldn't go on and I click something. It sounds very illogical, I know, but if you do the same thing over and over again, you would have noticed it. No, I can actually handle the day-to-day life. Doesn't matter. Everyday life. You never give me a chance. Do try me. day-to-day, mundane, what? Quotidian event, day-to-day life. Why would you want me to repeat this? 똑같은 것도 해. 그만할래? Wax paper is translucent, as far as I know. I know what translucent means. What do you mean by that? I was thinking, the frost, the window seal that has been frosted, the window pane, that could be either opaque or translucent. But I did actually know that the secondary meaning of the translucence means exactly the same meaning of a transparent. So I thought that someone else's oracle can be transparent by actually penetrating the right spot. Penetrating through the right moment. Yeah, I'm 100% certain. Wax paper, oiled paper. Oh, it's not really something that I feel confused. I was definitely considering the actual translucent nature of the window panes. But in Siberia, there could be opaque. It's even actually murkier than them because of the very thick frost completely cover up the entirety of the window because of ice and icicles and particles that would actually turn this into less than translucent. I know the actual sequential order: transparency, translucence, and opaque vagueness. That's very bizarre. 모르는 거 아니라고요. translucent 상태 원래 저거 맞췄어요. 원래 먼저 oil 맞췄어. I really remember I got this oil paper way ahead of time. I had it on the ahead of time. Many different months ago. I had it on it. 진짜예요. 먼저 했어요. 근데 너무 많이 어렵게 생각해서 틀렸어요. 만약에 opaqu하면 어떡하지? 더 진해서 안 보여. 근데 translucent 두 번째 뜻이 transparency라는 걸 알고 있어. 진짜 책에서 봤어요. 책 저번에 한번 본 것 때문에 그거 몰랐으면 돼. 그리고 오일 저거 보니까 생각나. 저걸 내가 먼저 했어. 진짜 기억난다. 저게 더 먼저 했는데. 근데 내가 저기다 이것도 적었어. 아니요, I really remember. I'm not making an excuse. I've been actually mulling over the possibility by writing down two different choices. Oh, what if this window panes are being darkened to the degree of less transparency, so you could never actually see through the window because of thick fogginess by frost due to the higher temperature differences in and outside. What if that would be the case? That I was actually considering those chances and probabilities. I do remember that. Oh, I'm really great with a new one. They're gonna regret it. Just neglect it. Fine. Don't pay much attention to it. Treat it with disregard. Because they were just actually making fun. They couldn't accept that one. Wasn't that? I'm actually getting them correct. I'm really better than other people, I can guarantee. I don't believe a thing from them. They just it is. I think those ants are getting in a fight in a very artificial way. They just really wants to fool my mom. I think they traumatized the situation. They just pretended to be in hostility, but that's not actually the case, right? I smell something very bizarre. I don't know. Not Moham, are you crazy? I'm not half bad at than other Americans. That's really true. Impertinent is right answer. I'm not bold. This is really the evidence. I can claim that I'm better than majority of Americans. I don't forget. 그럼 내 거잖아요. 성격이 들어서 내가 프레드한테 진짜 I really want to make one suggestion. This is not really a negotiating bargaining chip. No. What I want to suggest is if you really like to measure the depth of my understanding to create your own testing materials. I don't mind. As long as I can actually make them back. I can actually at least overcome those handicaps coming from my disposition. Very intolerable. I know. Then I can actually be tested every single day without having a sleep. It's a fine. 진짜 종이로 다시 답을 고칠 수 있으면 20시간 잠 안 자도 돼요. 정말 이건 약속할 수 있어. 잠을 안 쳐자도 돼. 잠을 안 자도 된다니까. 20시간 맞추게 해주면 잠을 안 자지. 그러니까 그 뭐라 하나 종이에만 있으면 잠을 안 자도 되지. 잠을 왜 잘 필요가 있어? 내가 잠깐 이룰 수 있는데 내가 그 시험 치다가도 그러는데 사람이 이것도 못한대. 아니 5시간까지 잠 놓겠죠. 근데 그 다음부터 진짜 사람이 그냥 하나 보고 갑자기 이런다니까. You don't just actually take a glance at it. No, you don't really need to take a glance at it. You just scan it, you browse it, and you click it. You can't believe it, but it would happen to you. Sometimes that kind of idea never even occurs to me. I don't forget. 진짜 higher energy. 아니, 처음에는 large란 뜻이. 아 진짜 안 까먹는다고. 1000개 하나는 정말 잘못. 왜 그러냐고. 미쳤냐고. I'm not crazy. I'm actually better than majority of American people. As long as I wouldn't ever be actually perturbed, I always say, what you gonna do? What you're gonna do? I'm actually better. I'm better than so many people. I can always make the exact same choice as long as I would be tested on paper. There will be no fluctuation caused by my impulse. I would like to click something that I feel accustomed to. Even though if I ever actually see them, I know what should be the answer as a proper choice suggested by them. But I couldn't wait. No, I'm actually better than majority of Americans. It's really true. Are you crazy? Who would say that I'm not really cultivated? I'm actually spiritual. Don't worry, I don't forget. 80, no. I'm actually better. I'm better than majority of American. I can prove it. 내가 나온 거 보여줄게. 내가 정해진 시간 3시간 동안만 할게요. 그 뒤로 진짜 왜냐면 종이로 하면 10시간 해도 된다고. 근데 성격이 진짜 급해서 가끔 안 봐요. 진짜 끝에 종이 여기만 있는 거 딱 보고 골라요. 진짜 그게 이유예요. 왜냐면 내가 고민을 안 하거든. 그냥 헷갈리면 고민을 하잖아. Faint British accent 하지. 처음에 3번 동안 한 번도 고민 없이 정답을 맞았어. 그 말은 단 한 번도 고민을 안 했다고 내가 확실히 안다는 뜻이었어요. 왜냐면 그때도 내가 연필을 해야 될지 고민을 했다면은 내가 거짓말이지. If I ever had that kind of confusion over two different choices, if I had ever been fluctuating between two different choices, I wouldn't be pronounced to death. Probably because I'm lying. But I hadn't done that. Sometimes I do not read everything. That's really the problem. That does happen 1 out of 1,000. That's all I'm asking for, not more than that. And I don't actually make mistakes. 진짜요. 절대로 안 틀릴 수 있어요. 정말 절대로 안 틀릴 수 있어요. 한 3시간 동안. 읽어. 왜 안 읽어, 치사하게. 이렇게 딱 똑같은 뜻만 찾는다. 치사하게. 읽고 해야 되는데 그걸 안 할 때가 있어요. 그렇지만 않으면 3시간 동안은 항상 평생 담아줄 수 있어요. 죽어도 안 틀릴 수 있어요. I'm very, very accustomed to all different nuances. 절대로 안 틀려요. 단 한 번도 차분하게 읽기만 하면 정말로 완벽하게. 예외는 없어. 내가 3시간 동안 예외가 없다고 했지. 그 약속을 지킨다 매일매일 지킬 수 있어요. 근데 참고로 10시간 이상 사람이 그냥 하나 보고 가끔 누른 때가 있어요. 못 믿겠지만. 말도 안 돼. 자꾸 위에, 근데 그 증거로 비디오를 낼 수 있어 했던 비디오. 전부 위에 게 정답이 있어요. 못 기다려요. 그냥 그다음부터 되면은 사람이 기다리질 못하더라고. 조금은 비슷하면 그걸 계속 눌러요. 생각 안 하고. 나는 그것만 빼달라는 거야. 그건 종이로 치면 극복이 되는 거잖아. 그걸 가지고 뭐라 하냐? 야, 미국 애들은 뭐 그런 식으로 안 틀릴 것 같니? 정말 너무하지 않니? 미국 애들 뭐 인간이 아니네. 정말 너무하잖아, 그지? 야, 나 한국어 이렇게까지 정확하게 알지도 못한다. 진짜로 이 정도로 상세하게 절대 알지 못해. 읽어. 너 또 미드와이프만 봤지? 그래? 그다시 할래? 왜냐면 진짜 거짓말 여기 예에서 10%가 그런 식으로 풀 수 없는 게 있어. 넌 지금 그거를 계속 틀리잖아. 안 읽으니까. 그 짓을 하지 말라고 시켜도 안 돼. 나도 모르게 딱 그런다. 상관을 처음 보는 거 상관없잖아. 이렇게 조심만 하면 돼요. 내가 항상 다 맞을 때도 거짓말치 노래를 했어. This is my song and dance too. I'm not lying. I always wax this lyrical too. Even if I get everything, even if I ace all of them, the best contribution is really patience. I have to ascribe my success to patience. Patience is all that I need to score better. I mean, this is really fight against myself, not against anybody else. You have to look around. You have to actually wait until you find the right choice. If you cannot actually settle down for less, then get your hands off of mouse and take another look, please. 그거를 못하면 성적이 진짜 안 좋아요. 뭐, 200 years 걸린. 지금도 이긴다, 야. 정말로 증거를 대니까 지금도 미국 애들이 이길 수 있는 거. 내가 이렇게 답만 적게 해주면 죽어도 안 틀려요. Marry the proper woman, dame. 뭐 이렇게 하면 돼. 뭐 lady 이렇게 누구 Lady Macbeth, Chamberlain, polemicist, polemic 이렇게. 그냥 진짜 장난 아니게 다 알아요. 지금도 미국 애들 이길 수 있어요. 장난해요. 성격 때문에 못 죽여. 왜냐면은 예를 들어서 이게 있잖아. 내가 자꾸 못 기다려. 내가 원하는 걸 눌러요. 먼저 눌러. 하지만 지금 내가 이게 그것도 솔직히 캐러패스도 내가 솔직히 보기만 했다면은 얘가 shield란 걸 알잖아. 근데 뭐가 맞는지 normative가 뭔지 안다고. 근데 내가 좋아하는 답을 자꾸만 먼저 골라요. 충동적으로. 그게 진짜 있어요. 나 많이 봐달라 안 했어. 1000개 하나 봐달라고 빼달라고. 사람이니까 더 이상 안 되겠어. 답을 다시 이렇게만 해줄 수만 있으면 되는데 그거 없이 너무 못하겠어. 전 정말로 상관없어요. 정말로 이런 식으로 처음 보는 거 이런 거 해봤자 다 알아요. 상관없어요. 정말로 뭐든 다. 내가 지금 10시 다 돼가는 40분 남았다. 그지? 3시간 동안 하나도 안 틀리면 나한테 기회 달라 했어. 종이로. 20시간 동안 칠 동안. 내가 만약 종이로 20시간 쳐서 미국 애들이 이기면 새로운 문제에서 인정하세요. 나는 얼굴에 성격 때문에 망한 거 진짜 많단 말이에요. 비하인드 같은 소리 하시네. The Edie Shore, the column. Do you remember that? Yes, ma'am. I do remember the very exact meaning of Edie Shore. I have a very picture-perfect memory. Once it has been registered, it's impossible for me to forget. Unless they lie to me artificially to induce more confusion. 그럴 때만 좀 헷갈리는 게 내가 분명히 했는데 취소당하니까 나 못하겠어. 겁나. 또 틀렸다고 할까. 진짜 거짓말 치고. 3시간 동안 항상 다 맞을 수 있어. 진짜 3시간 동안 예외가 있으면 이건 거짓말인 거야. 이 정도 하고 말이야 이제. 처음 나오잖아요. 처음 나오는데 왜 맨날 내가 처음 나오는 내 거 맞추면 하나님 믿지 마. 처음 나오는 거 내가 처음 나오는 거 절대로 안 믿어줬어. 됐어 꺼져. You know what? I don't give a shit about your statistics. You're always the one who rigged the system, who gamed the system by saying that whenever I actually perform exceedingly well, they say that, oh, you had done it before. No, excuse me, that bears no precedence. What the fuck is wrong with your system to manipulate the precedent by saying that whenever I get something correct, they say that, oh, you did it before. You already actually prepared behind the closed doors. Excuse me, you're not telling the truth. The very standard of a certain question being new or not depends on my performance. If I get them wrong, no matter how many times I had done it correctly, they said, oh, this is new, you didn't get a like this. It would actually go back to ground zero. It would always go back to drawing board if and only if I have failed to manifest my knowledge for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. 내가 틀리기만 하면 세 문제지. 아무리 앞에 1000번 맞아도 소용없다니까. Cognitive 1,000 times. Their criteria is very obvious. It depends on my performance. If I get it, even after, having no precedent, if I get it, then that had already been exposed to me. If I fail to demonstrate my utter commitment to the knowledge by actually getting this right once more, even after the unwavering and unswerving performance more than 10 times, if I had actually gotten it wrong because of my negligence or inattention or distraction, then it would be a new question, whole new question, unprecedented, unbound by convention. That's a real deal. That's how the cookie bounces. Cookie crumbles and how the bowl bounces. They had nothing but a very defamatious intention. He just really wants to soil and tarnish my reputation and stain my purity. Oh, I'm not lying. Oh, my tonality is not being, changed. I'm already really gray. I can prove it. I'm not really the third. That's a ridiculous argument. Or even actually better than majority Americans. Take a glance at it. 내가 미국에 훨씬 낫지. I'm better. I'm better than majority Americans. Paper. 맞다. 캔들. 진짜? 난 정말 모든 거 다 기억한단 말이에요. How many Americans could get this one? How many Americans would get this? Do you know it? No, only book lovers or I'm not the 17th century. I'm really great. I'm a genius. I know everything.